Greetings, I'm Tim of Govberg, and welcome to the world of Zenith. Today, I'll be your guide to the proper care and usage of your Zenith El Primero 410. It's important to note that this automatic winding watch can nevertheless be wound manually should it run down by simply taking the crown in its first position flush to the case and turning it in a clockwise direction until the watch begins to beat. At the point that the constant seconds hand at 9 o'clock is ticking, the watch can be placed on the wrist and the natural course of kinetic energy and daily action will continue to wind the watch via the automatic winding rotor on the reverse side. However, should you wish to wind the watch to its full power capacity of 50 hours, simply continue turning the crown as you cannot accidentally overwind this automatic winding watch. The bridle style mainspring will simply slip and relieve excess strain. Once you're satisfied that the 50-hour power reserve has been fully topped off, the watch sets in a fashion that may be unfamiliar to those not accustomed to Zenith El Primero calibers. The setting of the watch takes place in the second crown position, not the outermost. Be careful, as the watch should not have its calendar functions set between the hours of 8 o'clock, 8 p.m., and 4 o'clock, 4 a.m. Accidentally pulling the crown to its outermost position while attempting to set the time in that zone can accidentally damage the mechanism, so be sure to avoid setting the calendar during that 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. range, as that's when the automatic jumpers for the calendar are engaged, and attempting to set the watch manually during that period can damage the mechanism. But once you're in the safe zone and you're neither between 8 p.m. nor 4 a.m., you can then set the watch by driving the date window at 4:30. The date window, as you can see, drives the month. Pusher adjusters on the flanks drive the moon phase and the day of the week. Now, the timepiece should always have its crown replaced after you set the time or you set the date. By pushing it back into its flush position, you ensure the hermeticity of the watch as rated from the factory, which is 50 meters in the case of this timepiece. It's important to make several notes with respect to water, because that's a significant factor in the care and maintenance of any luxury watch. First and foremost, no leather strap is water resistant. Leather is a natural porous material that will degrade rapidly in the presence of water and even contact with extreme moisture. So keep your straps separate from water. Now, 5 ATM or 50 meter water resistance as it pertains to the case itself is sufficient for splashes, raining, and surface activity, but not for diving or snorkeling or anything involving hydraulic shock, such as a jump from a diving board. It's also important to note that you should never use any of the functions of the watch. The chronograph pushers should not be actuated, the crown should not be wound nor used for setting, and the pusher adjusters on the flanks should not be depressed when the watch is submerged or when there is water on the case, as this can result in water bypassing the seals and becoming trapped within the watch. This can cause significant damage, so take pains to avoid it. Moreover, water resistance is not a static feature of a watch, and it can degrade over time as lubricants dry up and seals age. So be sure to take the watch to a Zenith authorized service center on an annual basis to ensure that the watch continues to meet its 50-meter water resistance as rated from the factory. It's also important to note that magnetism is a significant concern for owners of traditional mechanical watches, as the watch's hairspring at the heart of the balance can become magnetized if it's exposed to professional magnetic resonance imaging equipment, speakers, subwoofers, high-powered wiring looms, or refrigerator doors. So take care to avoid magnetic fields when wearing the watch, and if you suspect your watch has been magnetized, take it to a Zenith authorized service center where it can be quickly and easily demagnetized on specialized equipment. Moreover, it's important to avoid shock with this timepiece. Sports such as mountain biking, motorcycling, boxing, shooting, golf, or batting should be avoided while wearing the watch, as the shock can damage the movement. Finally, it's important to note that with respect to service every 3 to 5 years recommended by the manufacturer with exclusively authorized dealers, independent retailers that are authorized by Zenith, and company-owned stores. It's important to service only with these authorized agencies, as these agencies alone have the proper trained personnel, specialized equipment, and original factory replacement parts to maintain the integrity of your watch as both an instrument and an investment. To learn more about the care, service, and living with your Zenith El Primero caliber 410 on a daily basis, contact our experts on our website, govbergwatches.com, and they'll be happy to walk you through every phase of the ownership process of your El Primero 410.